Hey y'all, I'm back with another video. So I had this dream. Today is October the 19th. I had this dream last night. And I really like this dream. So I pray that it encourages you. So in the dream, me and this lady who I believe represented my pastor, because in the dream I knew her to be my pastor. It was me, her, my mom, and my dad, and we were walking in this city, and we were on this brick bridge. If I can find like a picture, like something similar, I'll place it somewhere on the screen. But we were walking on this brick bridge, and we saw that the area was getting flooded, and nobody seemed to be panicking. So all the pedestrians, like everybody that was like out with us, not necessarily with us, but like just people hanging out, walking around too. I guess tourists or whatever you call them, they weren't panicking at all. So it wasn't long before these giant waves started banging against the bridge, and the whole area just began to flood. And now we were floating in water. Like we were literally like floating in the water. And I looked around, and the people weren't even phased at all. We were all just floating. Nobody seemed to care. They actually seemed to be having a little bit of fun. So we leaned back, like everybody just leaned back and just floated in the water. And we were just like, like just having fun basically. So then my pastor asked me, and she said, Taylor, why do you think these people are so calm? And I thought about it for a while, and then it hit me. I said, because they have peace. And I looked up and I saw another giant wave forming, and it was about to land on us. And I'm talking about, these waves were huge. They were like think of Empire State Building tall, like very, very tall. Like you would think that you would be kind of scared, and it was about to land like right on us. And everybody seemed so excited, like they didn't care. They seemed very calm and even like excited, like, oh my gosh, another wave. So then the wave hit us, but we weren't harmed. And in fact, when the wave hit us, the water rose and it made us float a little higher. So each time a wave came, we were just sitting there like we were floating, and we just went higher and higher and higher. And in the dream, I knew that the storm, like when I saw the wave, I heard the name Katrina. So in the dream, the storm was called Katrina. So then we started to move. So me, the lady in the dream that I thought that I knew as my pastor, and my parents, we were all moving. Now we were on the move, and we got hit with some pretty high intense winds. So we had to hold on to these light poles. And the woman told me, she turned around and said, it's going to take a lot to follow in my footsteps. We will have to endure much. And then we were all still trying to push through the winds. And then I heard, you need to get in alignment. So then I looked, and it was a chain connecting me, my mom, and my dad. And that chain was so I could keep up with them, so that they wouldn't get lost, and that like I would know that they would be safe. Like I was trying to drag them along with me, because I felt like, since they were being older, or like, I needed to pull them, and I needed to help them get to safety. And then all of a sudden it was this big giant object, and I'm like right here, and it's like the chain is right here, my mom's right here, and then my dad is like a chain, and then there's my dad, and we were all holding on to different light poles, and this object is coming, and it's coming right for the chain. And in my head I knew that once it hit this chain, all of us were going to go flying back. So I had to make a decision to cut the chain. And I didn't want to, because I was scared that, something would happen, that they wouldn't like make it, or that they wouldn't be safe without that chain that I had created. But I made the decision to cut the chain. So when the object came, it just flew right by us. But in the dream, I knew that they would still be okay. So then the dream ended. That's all I remember from it. So late, like as I was going about my day, like trying to wake up, and after I got done writing down the dream, I started to get the meaning of the dream. So I started writing that down too. And I wrote down, in the midst of a storm, we, the followers of Christ, will have peace. Will have peace that surpasses all understanding, all of our understanding. And the name of the storm in my dream was called Katrina. That means even the toughest, most deadliest storms will not faze us. And as each wave came and went, we went a little higher. So we go from glory to glory. So each wave represented a trying time and a battle or storm that we go through. But we will overcome. We shouldn't be fazed by this. We should look to go from glory to glory. We know that all things work together for the good of those who love Him, who love God. So then while we were holding on to the lights and walking through the wind, she told me that it's going to take a lot of courage and determination to follow in her footsteps. She was meaning being a follower of Christ and pushing the kingdom of God. So she said, get in alignment. That, I don't even have to explain that. That should be self-explanatory. We should all be in alignment with God and what He wants us to do. So, and this is the part that got me. So the part with the chain, and I was trying to hold on to my parents, says, some of us are trying to drag our family members along with us to secure their safety. Cut the rope. I am so sorry, y'all. People always call during the day, but we're going to ignore it. So it says, some of us are trying to drag our family members along with us to secure their safety. Cut the rope. And after I cut it, I was a little scared and worried, but I knew God would keep them safe and that He would have them, like He would take care of them. If they were in alignment and followers, they would go to heaven. I knew. So if anything bad happened to them, I knew that they knew God and they're going to a way better place, a much better place. But I knew that regardless, God was going to keep them safe. I don't have to, out of my own strength, try to protect people and drag people along. That's not my job. I should know that He is going to take care of them. He has them. And just as He protects me and you, He will protect our family members as well. For our sake. And not even for our sake, for the sake of our grandmothers and grandfathers. Their prayers are still working to this day. So we don't need to worry about that. And it seemed as if they were safer when the rope was cut, because I was moving too fast and it left room for something to come in between and snatch the rope, ultimately dragging us in the wrong direction. So it's necessary that we cut that rope. So that was pretty much the dream. So I just encourage you, even though trying times, you may be experiencing some waves right now, some storms right now, just know that we go from glory to glory. It's nothing to be afraid of. Just float. Float and relax, knowing that God has everything under control. We don't need to worry. We don't need to panic. We know that we go from glory to glory. And it's nothing that the kingdom of darkness can do that will separate us from the love of God. Nothing at all. Nothing can separate you. As hard as you try, you can't even separate you. He loves you regardless. So know that He will take care of us. And although we will have to get in alignment, and it may not be easy, it's going to take a lot of sacrifice, determination, a lot of praying for sure. But we know that we will win in the end, and it's nothing but good things that comes. And when I say good things, I'm not talking about a bunch of riches and everything. I'm talking about peace, and just knowing that you are in alignment should be enough for you. It's enough for me. Knowing that when I am in alignment, nothing tops that. No amount of money, no cars, no clothes, nothing tops knowing that you are in alignment with God and that you have a home prepared in heaven waiting for you. So I hope that this encouraged you, and I pray that we just stay in alignment and you get in alignment if you're not already. Really seek Him for your purpose. Really seek Him to see what He wants you to do in this season and do it with the best of your ability. So, love you guys, and I will see you in the next video, Lord willing.